Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you my first haul for the Sephora savings event. It's going on right now, so of course I love to purchase every year and get my discount because I am a Rouge member. I also want to say thank you to Sephora for sponsoring this video. I always love working with them because I truly shop there way too much for my own good. So this event only happens twice a year. This is where you're going to get a discount depending on what tier you are. If you're not already a beauty insider, it's completely free to sign up and it gives you access to shop the Sephora savings event. So I will have the link at the top of my description box. This event started on October 27th, early access for Rouge members who get 20% off their purchase. They are able to shop October 27th through the end of the event, which is November 6th. Now VIB members get 15% off their purchase and they are able to start shopping October 31st through the end of the event, November 6th. And insiders get 10% off their purchase and they are able to shop October 31st through the end of the event, which is November 6th. Along with that, all tiers will receive 30% off all Sephora collection products starting October 27th through the end of the event, again, which is November 6th. The code for all tiers is time to save. I will have it down below in the description box, and that is a multi-use code for in-store and online. You can also buy online and pick up in store, utilize curbside pickup, or you can also do the same day delivery, which I'm guilty of. I do it all the time. I think it is absolutely worth it for me. And if you do prefer to do all of your shopping online, Sephora is offering free shipping for every order to all tiers during the event. So definitely take advantage of that. I will have all of the information and all of the links to everything that I show today down below in my description box. Highly recommend taking advantage of this discount because again, it only happens twice a year. So let's go ahead and jump into what I picked up during the Sephora savings event. All right, let's start off with the lipstick I'm wearing right now. I absolutely love this shade, and if you see it swatched, you probably would be like, that's not gonna work, but I blended it into this really beautiful Natasha Denona lip liner, and it is perfection. So this is from Sephora collection. Again, you can get 30% off right now, and this is their cream lip stain in the shade 32. This is like a really muted nude shade. It's kind of a little bit pinky undertone, but it has a really nice whipped formula, very pigmented. So I just dotted it in the center of my lips and used a brush or my finger to blend it in. So it gives me that ombre lip that you guys know I adore. And when I tell you they have so many colors, it's a little overwhelming. There are just that many options. So if you're looking for a really nicely priced, great quality product, check out the Sephora collection lip stains because I'm telling you they have a color for everybody. Next, I want to talk about a palette that I have really been wanting to try, so I went ahead and grabbed it. This is the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. This is a pretty large palette. It is a neutral lover's dream, which, hi, hello, that's me. Now this is interesting because it has cream shadows and then it also has powder shadows. The cream, I believe, are the bigger pans, and then you have sort of like a corresponding powder. I used a few of these shades for the first time today, and I just did a very light halo matte eye, and it blended really nicely for me. I really want to play around with this and do some dramatic smoky looks. So I will do a tutorial coming up with this. Let me know if you've tried this or if you were, eyeing it. I would love to know your feedback down below. Now, if you're not new to my channel, there's no surprise that I really adore bright blushes. Really is one of my favorite things. I just love neutral eyes, neutral lips, but I love a bright blush. I got sucked in and I saw someone on TikTok use this, so I went ahead and grabbed the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the color Grateful. Now this is, I believe, the brightest shade in the line, and I'm not sure why I hadn't tried it before. This formula, I'm sure you guys all know, is extremely pigmented. So you really don't want to use more than a dot. I mean, look at how that blends out, and imagine on your cheeks, you may want to do like a half dot on each side. I'm so into the bright cheeks, and I know we've been seeing a lot of pink, but it's nice to switch it up and do maybe like a red undertone or terracotta. So if you tried this shade, let me know below. I feel like a lot of people would probably be a little intimidated, but I really want to create a makeup look and use this heavily. I just think it would give the most beautiful flush on the cheeks. Speaking of a flush on the cheeks, I told you guys if you watched my recommendations that I highly recommended the Givenchy loose powder blushes. And I also told you that I was gonna pick up 1 or 2 more shades. So far, I've only gotten 1, but after I tried it today, I'm thinking that I may need to get another one. So I picked up the deepest shade, which is number 6, but I used it today and I have to say it is so beautiful. This formula is stunning. It's buildable, but it's also got this beautiful radiance to it. So in here, there's 4 different colors of powder, but obviously they all go together. And then on the hand, you can see this like beautiful, punchy, glowy color that you get. I think they say this one is like a brick red. Honestly, pretty similar to that Rare Beauty, but maybe a little bit more of a warm sort of like terracotta undertone. This just blends beautifully. I build it up. I put it all over the center of my face. I mean, I put it like over my T-zone as well. Super easy to use. This truly is a hidden gem. I can't recommend it enough. So if you wanted to try it, I highly recommend you add one to cart. I also raved about this blush formula in my recommendations video, and I said that I was gonna pick up another shade. So I got another of the Armani Luminous Blush. This is the color 30, which is that really beautiful orange burnt shade. I was gonna get this initially, and then I decided on one of the really glowy ones in the baby pink. Ooh, look how beautiful these shades are. Now this one's interesting because as I'm swatching it, I see a little bit of a glow on there. This formula is more of a hard pressed formula. So again, more buildable, not powdery, not intimidating. And again, if you want that glow, but you don't want chunky glitter, your texture enhanced, this and the Givenchy will give you that. I just think these are stunning. Again, I've got to say no more Babs. I can't buy any more of this. I'm like, do I really even need another Givenchy blush? This is just what dreams are made of. If you give me blush and lip products, I'm just good to go. While we're on the topic of glowy cheeks, I went ahead and grabbed the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. So this is the Glow Seeker highlighter. This packaging is so heavy in luxe. They really did a good job with this packaging. I mean, it feels weighted, very, very luxe. So this is that baked gelée formula, which I love. And I thought that this would be maybe a dupe for the Breezy highlighter. I can't tell off the bat. I feel like very close. It has that really beautiful non-powdery formula. I feel like this shade is one of those shades that's not too light and icy, but it's also not too deep where it leaves a cast. It's gonna work for a lot of skin tones. So I'm interested to see if she comes out with more colors, but I do think that this is very similar to the Amrezy. If that's something that you missed and you really wish you could have gotten your hands on it, this may be a good alternative. So again, I will be trying all of these products more in depth in some trying new makeup videos to come. I did pick up one other product from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm curious to try this out. This is the Mini Sultry eyeshadow palette. Everybody loved the Sultry, and I believe, I can't remember, Modern Renaissance I think was the other one. So they came out with 2 mini palettes. Now I've heard, I think Manny say that this was harder pressed. So for those of you that think the ABH shadows are too soft and messy and powdery, that you may enjoy this more. Again, I am a neutral girly, so this is just something that I would use a lot. Definitely feel a difference on this just in the way that this is pressed. It is not as soft as the usual ABH. Now that can be a good or bad thing depending on if that was your favorite formula. So I will do a look with this too. I feel like, again, maybe it's a little repetitive, but I do think it's nice to see some of their favorite, most loved palettes in a mini form, maybe with a little bit of a less messy formula. Let's change it up a bit and talk about perfumes. So I did pick up 2 different perfumes, one full size and then one a travel. So of course, you already knew I was gonna pick up the full size of the 5 Cents Life of the Party. This smells so similar to Baccarat Rouge 540. It's a little bit more feminine. It's just the perfect everyday fragrance. It's sweet, but again, not too childlike. But it's nothing that's gonna give me a headache, and I can be very sensitive. Perfumes that are super strong honestly make me nauseous, and I honestly just can't wear them. So I do tend to go for more sweet scents. And this is one of those that is sweet, but again, not sickly sweet. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this. I think this is such a beautiful fragrance. And if you were wanting to pick up the Baccarat, but you don't have the budget, this is definitely a great alternative. Now, the other fragrance I picked up, I did get a sample size. This is from a new brand to me. This is the Nettie the Vanille. So I saw Nicole Guerrero raving about this. She said she likes to mix this with, I believe it was the Kaoli Vanilla. So I thought that I would try this out. Now, this is described as a warm and spicy. Typically, spicy can be a little too spicy for me, but this one is growing on me. This has keynotes of cardamom, magnolia flower, and vanilla. I really think that the magnolia flower is what makes this different. It's a very warm vanilla, very cozy, but it has that little bit of, I don't know, like a spice to it. And I think it is just that hint of floral. If it were any more spicy, it would probably be too much for me, but it has just enough that I feel like it's still warm and sweet and cozy, but then you get sort of whiffs of a little bit of something different, which I do think it is that magnolia. I think that's what it was. So if you were interested in trying this and you like similar fragrances to me, or you like, you know, vanilla fragrances that are a little bit elevated and have something a little bit different, I do think you would enjoy this. And this one's pretty strong, like a couple sprays and I still smell it at the end of the day. So I'm glad I picked this up. I don't know if I would get a full size per se, but I have to keep using it because I've only used it a few times and I feel like it's growing on me. Next, I want to talk about a couple complexion products I picked up to try. So I tried this for the first time today. This is the Sealed Topicals Active Scar Primer. This is supposed to be for acne prone skin, which I definitely have. Medical grade silicone, peptides, and retinol in it. It says dab a small amount into scars or enlarged pores. Now I don't have a ton of scarring, but I do have large pores. Anything that is for pores, I'm like, yes, let me try that. So this does have a really, really slick silicone feel, but it's a little bit thicker. A lot of these primers sort of tend to slide all over, and I feel like you have a hard time getting your base products to stick down. This one has a thicker consistency, so it does have that slip, but it kind of sets in place. I didn't find that it was, you know, kind of smearing all over. So I'm interested to keep trying this out. I didn't realize it had retinol in it, but I definitely feel like I can see the smoothing on my hand. Now I did use it today and I do feel like my makeup looks good. Like I'm not noticing it looking any better or worse. So I would have to keep using this. You guys know that I love my Hourglass and my Glowish Blur Jam, but I'm always down to try a new primer that's supposed to smooth out your pores. And because this was supposed to smooth out like scars, I thought that it would be, you know, maybe even more elevated. So let me know if you've tried this down below, but I'll keep testing this out and keep you guys updated. I did also pick up one of the new concealers. I feel like there are so many concealers launching, but this packaging, oh my goodness. So I grabbed the new Gucci Beauty multi-use longwear concealer. I picked up the shade 14N, which is fair. I do tend to like a brighter under eye, and also when I don't have any self-tan on, I like to be able to use my products for both. So this I used today, and I'm just not sure about it. You can see when I swatch it, it's extremely thin. It doesn't give a ton of coverage. Even though it does say buildable coverage, I would say that this is really gonna be like a light buildable to maybe medium. I felt like I had a little bit of grabbing on my under eye. So I don't know if I just need to hydrate more, but I don't know if this is gonna become a holy grail for me. I just feel like it clung a little bit and made any sort of dryness on my under eye a little bit more enhanced, while also not giving me, you know, amazing coverage. So I'm not sure about this one. I just tried it today for the first time, so I'll have to keep you guys updated. Again, complexion products can be sort of hit or miss depending on your skin type. I picked up two different gift sets. One was a repurchase. The other one was because I really wanted this shade. This really is the best time to get gift sets because they're already discounted, and then you can also add your percentage off. But I went ahead and picked up the Blurring Buddies set from Danessa Myricks. Why would I buy this? I don't know, maybe because it has a hot pink shade of blush in here. You also get a mini of her Blurring Balm Powder, which for me is really a nice product. product. You can use it kind of like a blurring primer. That's how I use it. And it does a good job at blurring texture, which I always look for, but I really just wanted to get my hands on this blush. I do like this formula from Danessa. So the actual name of the blush is called It Girl. This is such a gorgeous, vibrant pink. This is a very lightweight formula. So it has pigment, but it's not thick. Almost has that like silicone vibe to it. It just kind of smooths over the skin. So this one you can use over powder. I would use a very light hand, or I would just use it before powder just to be safe. But it's really got this gorgeous glow to it. So it's not crazy pigmented, let's say like the Rare Beauty. This one is definitely more buildable. I just had to get my hands on this shade. It reminds me of the Tower 28 hot pink blush shade that they came out with, I don't know, a couple months ago. And these kind of shades I just think are absolutely stunning. The other gift set I ended up buying was the YSL Lash Clash Mascara Duo. I love this mascara. I really enjoyed it when I first tried it, and then of course I kept reviewing other products, and then I circled back and just remembered how much I love this. I feel like it just adds volume and length super fast. I don't want to have to build up 4 or 5 layers of mascara, but it is a pricey product. So when I saw this duo, I knew I had to grab it. It's such a good value because I really was going to restock and buy just one of the mascaras, and this was such a better savings. So I'm really glad that I spotted this on the Sephora website and snagged it. Next, I have one hair product that I wanted to try out. I saw Laura Lee use this for her slicked back look, and I always struggle because I just have, you know, broken hairs and baby hairs. My hair is very fine in texture, but I went ahead and picked up the Day Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 Styling Cream. So this is supposed to be something that you can use to slick back your hair if it's, you know, oily and you're gonna wash it later that night. The only Day product that I've tried, I believe, is the Prickly Pear oil for your hair. Shout out to Whitney Simmons, and I love that. I love it. It smells so good. It's not too heavy. So I thought, let me go ahead and try another product from Day. It's very thick. I didn't think it was gonna be that thick, but just kind of pushing it out of the tube, it was a struggle there. Ooh, it smells really good. Their stuff, I have to say, their hair products smell immaculate. Just absolutely delicious, like peachy and like pear, and I don't know, this one smells incredible. So I'm excited to try this out. I'm hoping that it'll be a less harsh way to be able to slick my hair back instead of loading it up with like a gel that makes it crunchy and probably adds to the breakage. I'm gonna give this a shot and I'll keep you guys updated, but you know, my hair just doesn't like to cooperate with me, and it's just always a pain when I don't know what to do with it, so I end up just throwing it back. Okay, so I wanna finish this haul off with a couple restocks. I'm still gonna pick up some more products, but I wanted to get my order in a timely manner. I did have to get another of my Cali Ray sprays. This is my favorite setting spray. It just really keeps my makeup locked in. I was moving furniture, constantly picking up tile, just really sweating this summer, and I would have applied this in the morning, and I remember vividly that I would have sweat beads literally rolling all down my face, but my foundation had not budged, and it was this. I have to say that this definitely has taken the place of my Charlotte Tilbury. Cheryl agrees, we talk about it and laugh, but this was just an unexpected holy grail. I absolutely adore this. I think I now have 3 bottles, and I'm like, do I need another? Because I do use this literally every single morning. Really don't want to be without this. I just think this really is surf proof. I don't know what's in it, but they knocked it out of the park. And then my last restock, you know, I had to get another of my Fenty Skin. This is the Hydra Reset Intensive Recovery Hand Mask. This is for those of us that have super dry hands. The winter is coming, and if you wash your hands a lot like I do, my hands get so raw and they are just painful. It has a really interesting applicator, and it has a pretty intense scent, but this is a nighttime treatment. So you don't want to put this on when you're out during the day. You can see it's almost like a really thick glycerin feel. So you put this on before bed, and when you wake up, your hands will be supple and smooth and soft. It really is a mask treatment. So it's one of those that if you don't have crazy dry hands, you may only have to use once or twice a week to keep your hands really, really soft. But I swear by this. I've gone through multiple tubes. I'm just really never without this. And especially when we're going into the cold months, this is a lifesaver for me. Okay guys, so that is everything that I've picked up during the Sephora savings event so far. Of course, I'm going to be purchasing some more products. There's going to be new drops, and I'm always checking the Sephora app. So I will link everything that I shared today down below in my description box. So if you want to check out anything that I purchased, you can shop through those links. Let me know what you picked up during this event. I'm always curious to see what you guys restock on, but I'll probably have another haul coming, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And then of course, a bunch of more trying new makeup videos, favorites, just all of the things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All of the information will be down below in my description box. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. And as always, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.